Hey everyone, welcome to Amberg Acres. So we are getting ready to go out and do a little hunting tonight. Now, I haven't been out a lot, maybe 5 times this season so far. So I went out opening day and I had a mama bear and her cub under my stand. So I got a picture of that. So I'm gonna put these in as I talk about them. So I got a picture of that, and then that evening I had a little spike buck behind the Pablo stand come out. So then the second time I went out, I sat in the Pablo stand again, and I had the one that I call the Joker. He's got kind of a goofy, he's a spike buck, but they're real tall. One is longer than the other, so I call him the Joker. So he came out. So other than that, I really didn't see any deer the next couple times I was out until last Sunday. Today is October 7th. So it was last Sunday, which was, let's see, the day the Packers played Dallas Cowboys. I went out before the game. That 8-point buck that I have on all my game cameras, that 8-point buck came out, and he came out way up on the other end of the field from where I was sitting. And when I spun around, my chair made a noise, and he was on me like you know what. I did not get an opportunity to shoot anything or to even get a better look at him. So here's a clip of that confrontation. Now, he looks closer than he is. He's a couple hundred yards away, maybe 150 yards away from me. But with the S24 phone, I can zoom in and got a pretty good picture of him. So since that happened, I really haven't been out hunting. Okay, so we're gonna go out tonight. A cold front came through yesterday, and it rained yesterday quite a bit. Not a lot, half an inch of rain. So I'm gonna go out tonight and see what's going on out there. I literally have not seen a doe or a fawn out in my field, which is odd, because usually that's all I see. I don't usually see any bucks. I always see the does and the fawns. So maybe that means this is going to be a good year. I don't know, but so we're gonna walk over there. Come along with us, and we're gonna see if we can find anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna continue this video until either I shoot something this year. Last year I didn't shoot nothing until like November 17th, like a couple days before opening our gun season. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna continue until I shoot something or I don't shoot something, and that's how we're going to do this video. And then I will post it at the end of the season or after I actually shoot something, right? Okay, so let's go take a walk. So we're going to take the long way around, all the way down around the south end. The wind is coming out of the northwest today, which should be in my favor for where I'm going to sit. Yeah, so we're taking a long way around the south end and coming up the back way to the tree stand. So I basically have a trail here that goes all the way around the property. It's 11 something acres on this side, or just around 11 acres on this side of the road. So I have it going all the way around the outside, so I can either go to the north end and go around, or to the south end and go all the way around. And it's about equal distance either way I go. So one of the things I did this summer, or spring, back in spring, is I cut a few more corridors going through the woods, through the middle of the woods. I made them just wide enough so that I could mow them once or twice a summer. And they look really neat now with all the pine needles laying on them and the leaves falling off the trees. So they look kind of cool right now. You can see quite a ways through there. So the red osiers look like they're still alive. Or look healthy, I should say. The willow whips do not look so good. Look like they just dried right up. And of course, after I planted them, we didn't get any rain for a while, so it's probably the case. It wasn't wet enough. So we'll see in spring what they look like. Another failed experiment, right? So I like this time of year because you can see the main trails they use. That's coming out of the neighboring property right there, and then that coincides with my corridors that I put in, and that goes up to one of the food plot number 1 there if you follow this trail right here. So this is the area I call the corridor area. So right off of this trail is where that camera is that has all the game camera pics of the deer standing in that open area. It's right on the other side of this brush pile here. But this is the comeback kid and the hot chick that I planted way back when there was still snow on the ground. And it's looking really good. It actually grew very well for the first year. Now if I come in and fertilize this next spring, I think this will look really good. So this spot back here with the what was this I forget what this was called. Whitetail Institute. It still looks pretty green, but that's because there's a lot of moisture there in that. That's kind of like a hole where it holds water. It's a lot of moisture there. That's why it's still green. That woodpecker is eating away at my tree stand here. This tree stand was made out of the pink styrofoam. He's just clobbering it all the way up. So welcome to our humble abode here. I've got 3 windows in this stand, and these windows, they flip up. I have 2 little knobs down underneath here, and the window flips up, and I have a hook made right there. like that. Gives me a nice, beautiful shooting area. The area I planted in front of this stand is nice and green right now. My fence is not working. They have it busted down again, so I'm just going to let it go. The other one is still up, but they seem to be able to walk through it somewhere. They're just kind of hopping through. But it's growing nicely. It's mostly oats. I don't see a lot of the peas, the winter peas. I don't see a lot of them. Or the deer have come and grabbed them already and ate them. But there's plenty of oats there, and yeah, there's some other stuff growing in there too. That was forage factory from Domain Outdoors that I planted out here. So it's looking nice. The beans, if you look up there on that end of the field, the beans are gone. There's nothing left of them. Little stalks with a couple of beans on here and there. So out here in the stand, I use the Minolta 4K20 night vision camera. It works pretty good. It takes good videos until it starts getting dark, and then it gets a little grainy, and then you can switch to night vision, and those turn out halfway decent too. I don't really use them that much because I don't sit out that late, so I don't really use the night vision, but maybe I will one of these nights. If the deer are standing out in the field, I will do a night vision, and so you can see what they look like on this camera. But this camera, you just flip it open. Probably help if I take the cover off. Just flip it open like that, and it takes really nice videos. And then if you watched our other videos, sighting in the bow and stuff, I used the Bruin Ambush 345 with pile driver arrows on it. It's only like, I want to say it's about 1:30 in the afternoon right now. A lot of times on days like this, they come out relatively early. The little ones come out very early, and then the does follow usually. But this has been a little bit different year for some reason this year, so we'll see how it goes. So hopefully you can see that big rock up there. That's where that 8-pointer came out of that corner. They follow an old fence line back in there, and they usually come out of that corner, and that's where he went back in also. And two deer that I have shot in the field ended up going out that corner, and they end up back on that fence line. That's where I find them. Don't know why they do that. It's just like a feature in the woods that they follow to get here. I don't know exactly where they're coming from, a neighboring property for sure, but that's where they come out usually. So I keep my phone camera set up out this window, and then I keep the Minolta set up out the front window. So if something comes out in that corner, we'll let you know. Well guys, it is 6 o'clock, and I have not seen a deer yet. So as always, I don't put much into the whole cold front thing that everybody talks about. I've sat for how many cold fronts and never seen a damn thing. So just so you know, we got 45 minutes yet, so we'll see. Never know. The last time I was out here, it was later on when they came out, so we'll see. Well, guys, there he is. He didn't go anywhere. I hit him real high up in the shoulder for some reason. I had to shoot right-handed because he was too far off to the left of my window, and that's one of the reasons I want to make that window bigger up there in that tree stand. So I had to shoot right-handed, and I'm sure that's why I went so high in the shoulder. It did the job just the same. He is probably 20. There's the stand. 20-25 yards from the stand, and he didn't go anywhere. It must have hit spine or something in there. Well, he's not a legal 6-pointer, but I believe this is the same one that was chasing that doe Tuesday night. I still have a doe tag left. I can feel that tag too yet this year. Some people might say that's a small deer. I should have let him go. Technically, that's the only buck that's walked in front of my stand this year. So that 8-pointer has been a no-show for quite a while now, so I don't think he's coming back, but never know. We'll see what the rest of the season brings up. Okay, guys, we're going to end this video here. So like I said, out in the field there, this is not a monster by any means. It's nothing, right? But on our property here, we're only hunting on 10 acres over there. And we're basically trying to attract deer in from everybody else's properties, okay? So I can't control what happens on the other properties, all right? So one night I was out there, they were shooting their guns off, so I didn't see anything that night. And then earlier in the video here, you saw the dogs. They came out there one night, so chased the buck and the doe away. And I'm pretty sure this is the same buck that was out there that night chasing that doe. So when he presented himself tonight right in front of my stand, I took the shot, you know. So I had to shoot right-handed. I'm normally a left-handed shooter, and I'm kind of set up there when I'm looking out that blind window. The field curves like this here, kind of a little bit, all right, from that big rock you always see outside my window there. So he was over there on the left side, and I have a trail that comes out right there into the food plot. And he was over there on my left side, and he was getting antsy, and I felt like he wasn't going to stick around much longer. So I switched to the right hand and shot. And I went high. I went way high. So he went right over. He didn't go anywhere. So I'm thinking the arrow hit his spine first and then veered down. Because I pulled the broadhead out. The broadhead was right around by the lungs and the heart right there. So he didn't take long to pass, is what I'm saying. That's how hunting goes around here. I'd love to shoot a big 8-pointer or 10-pointer like I did a couple years back, but we just don't see them. We don't see them. They're not on our game cameras, so I don't know where they are. And the other guys around here don't seem to see them either or get them. So every now and then somebody comes in with a one that's halfway decent, you know. Hey, it's meat in the freezer. That's what we're after. So I still have a doe tag that I can fill later this season. There's, 2-3 weeks? I think there's 3 weeks left in the season. So I'm going to post this video just the way it is. And if I shoot a doe, I'll let you know if I shoot a doe later on this season yet. Okay? But for right now, that's it. So if you like these videos, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Just to tell you, I watch other guys' videos. So I watch Bill Winky a lot. He's on what I can't remember, Something Outdoors channel also. And he says the same thing, that it's been very slow for October. It's the whole month of October has been very slow by him also. And that's what I've been experiencing. The other night when that doe came out, that was really, besides that little fawn that I have the video of and the night vision of, that was only really the first doe that I had out in that middle of that field. They came out one night way up on the end, and they didn't come out in the field for whatever reason. They didn't like what was out there or something. They didn't like something about it. And so that's really the first doe the other night that actually came out in the field with him chasing her. So that's the way it goes here. So happy hunting to the rest of you. If you haven't gotten one yet, happy hunting. Hope you guys get one.